Hi everyone, today it was round 2 of Isle of Man. I'll show you a very interesting game between Rasmus Svane and Anish Giri. So let's quickly jump into the game. So Rasmus was white, he started with d4. Anish replied with knight to f6, which is the most common move, even played by him. He also plays d5. So here c4, grabbing the center, and Anish goes for e6, trying to go into Nimzo-Indian. But Svane played knight f3, which is empty Nimzo opening, and it can transpose to Queen's Gambit decline. If he wants to go to King's Indian, he has to play knight to c3 first. And here, first, already surprised by Anish, b6. He rarely plays Queen's Indian defense. And there's only like 1 or 2 games in his database. So g3, and in this position, Anish played to bishop to a6, which is also a rare move by him. I found one game in database against Grishchuk where he played bishop to b7, bishop g2, now bishop b4 check, bishop d2, c5, takes, castle, knight b to d2 and d6. This is Grishchuk Giri in Candidates 2020. But in this game, Anish played the bishop to the a6, now b3 is the best move to protect this pawn. And now we have this funny move, check. And the point is that after bishop to d2, we return here to e7, and this bishop is not that goodly placed on d2. It should be on c3. So that was the point of check and going back. Also notice here in this position, instead of bishop to d2, if white plays knight to d2, then we can enter here, rook is hanging, rook b1, and bishop to b7. And in this position, black is better. So that's not an option to place knight here. So bishop e7, now white develops a bishop, very normal move, castle, and here fight for the center with d5. Of course, all the opening principles. Now here takes, and here Anish took with the pawn. You can also take with the knight c3, knight d7. Actually, this was game Karpov-Kasparov in World Championship match in 1984. But Anish took with the pawn. So here white develops a knight and keeping pressure on the d5. So knight d7, knight enters the game, opening a bishop, so there's huge pressure here. So bishop to b7 has to be played to guard that pawn. Now bishop f4, developing a bishop and wanted to take with the bishop if black decided to exchange the knights. So rook e8 by Anish, rook c1, placing rook on beautiful c file. Now knight f8. The idea is to go here to e6, knight b5, c5. So we take a pawn, bc5, and here Rasmus finds really beautiful move, knight to c4. So very nice. Yeah, what's the point of this move? Of course, if black takes, we capture a bishop and white is winning. So that was really beautiful move. And white tries to play knight here on d6. So knight to e6 was played, attacking a bishop. So bishop e5 has to be played. And here Anish played really good move, knight g4, again attacking a bishop. And in this position, actually, bishop to d6 is the best move, and bishop to c6. And then we can take, rook takes, and then we go back to c3. Again, we cannot take because bishop is hanging on c6. But actually in this position, yes, here in this, Rasmus made a huge blunder. He played knight c to d6, the wrong knight. Better would be to place this knight here. Now bishop c6 isn't working because knight is not knight is not attacked on b5, as you will see in the game. So knight takes rook, queen takes rook, and white is winning. But as played in the game, you will see that this knight is now a huge problem. So bishop c6, now this knight hangs. And also notice, yes, before I move on, also notice that this is the only and the best move to keep advantage. If knight, bishop to a6, then we can take, and if black takes here, now we can take on g7, knight takes, and funnily enough, bishop to a1, and there's huge pressure here. e4 is a threat to capture this knight, and although black has 2 pieces for a rook, white is better in this position. So let's consider some lines. Bishop to c6, guarding this pawn, but now e4 is very strong. We will capture here or capture the knight. If knight goes here, then we just capture. If black captures, now we can take here, here, and queen g4. Let's say king goes here, and now just a rook here, and there's huge pressure on this knight. So this is one of the lines according to computer. Also here, instead of bishop to c6, let's say if black plays knight to f6, guarding this pawn, but now we just take a knight, bishop takes, and rook c5. So yeah, white is winning. There's huge pressure here, here, and what to do. So bishop c6 is the best move. Now white takes on e8, but now there's intermediate move, not taking right here. The bishop now is hanging, and also notice this knight is hanging and this knight is hanging. So here actually the best move is to take here, knight takes, knight c3, but Rasmus goes for wrong move. He played knight e to c7, and now we just take a knight, knight takes, queen takes, and as you can see, black has 2 pieces for a rook and very better position. Still, white takes on d5, but now rook d8, pinning a bishop, e4. Now bishop b5 is very strong, so rook is under attack. What to do here? If rook to e1, black just play knight to d3, and the rook is lost. So Rasmus played f4, trying to capture this knight, but now just bishop takes rook, and fe5. Let's consider this move if king takes, but now just knight c6, queen h5, bishop f8, queen e2, and so on. So f4 takes fe5, but now just bishop back, queen h5, trying desperately to create some counterplay and checkmate here, or at least not checkmate, but create some danger. But now just calmly g6 by Anish, and here the last try, bishop takes here, and after king to g7, there's no way white can survive here. He's a piece down and in a bad position. Also possible was just to take this bishop. Queen h7 is not dangerous. King e6 takes here on g6, king d7, rook d1, and king to c8. So that was very beautiful game today, played by Anish. Also Alireza won, and Caruana beat Hans Niemann, and now his live rating is over 2800, and he's only like 26 points behind Magnus. So maybe Fabi is aiming for #1. So guys, thank you for watching this video and supporting me as always, and please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.